Hello everyone, my name is Abiong Calo and I work as a full-time volunteer of Ang Lingkod ng Panginoon. You know, this year is a very special year for all of us, for Ang Lingkod ng Panginoon. Well, it's not because this year is a leap year, but this year we celebrate our 40th anniversary. Yes, we are already 40 years old. And it is a great honor and privilege to invite you to this journey of looking back for the past 40 years. And as we look back, I would like to invite you to also reflect on this captivating narrative of the story of the people of Israel. And this is the story of the Exodus. For 40 years, they've been journeying together to enter the Promised Land. And I would like to focus on four major events in their life because these four major events actually resonates our own journey. What are these events? The first is the crossing of the Red Sea. The crossing of the Red Sea is the beginning of God's people being formed, being called together, being gathered by God Himself, to set them free from the slavery of Egypt. The second event is the event marked by the pillars of cloud and fire. These pillars manifested God's guidance for His people. The pillar of fire guided God's people when they traveled by night, and the pillar of cloud provided shade and guidance as they traveled during the day. The third event is the provision of the manna from heaven. This is a way of God caring for His people, sustaining life, providing for their daily needs. It was magical because God provided them bread every day and also meat in the form of quail. And the last event, the last milestone, is the water that came from the rock. Moses tapped the rock and water gushed forth. This is a symbol of the life, the abundance of life that the people of Israel enjoyed from God. Our life resonates with those events. We will look back and celebrate how God has formed us. We will recall how God has guided us through the years. And then we will also remember how God has provided for our needs, how God has cared for us. And lastly, we will also celebrate the abundance of life that we enjoyed together. How are we going to celebrate this? As we look into these four themes, four events of the life of Israel and also our own life, we will allot 2 months for each event. For January and February, we will reflect on the crossing of the Red Sea and remember how God has formed us. We will remember our own beginnings. And then for March and April, we will look into the pillars of cloud and fire and appreciate how God has guided us through our teachings, through our formations, through our action groups. The third, for May and June, we will look at the theme of the manna from heaven. We will remember how God has sustained us. We will remember how we are nourished by His Word, by His teaching, by the formation programs that we have received from Lingkod. And on the last couple of months, for July and August, we will look into the life that we have received from one another, the life that God has given us together, the abundance of life. And for September and October, it is a time of celebration. We will gather together as branches. We will gather together as regions. And in October, we gather together, gathering everybody, even those who are out of the country, we come together to celebrate God's faithfulness to us. There are key features in our celebration. As we look into these themes, the 4 different themes, the crossing of the Red Sea, the pillars of cloud and fire, the manna from heaven, the water that came from the rock. We would like these themes to have an impact on 3 different levels. Personal level, on a branch level, and the 3rd level is that our branch will make a difference in the society. We will be guided with infographics. So each couple of months, we will be doing something personally. We will be doing something for the branch. And then lastly, the branch will do something for the society. I'm looking forward to journey with you and celebrate with you, because we too are about to enter our own promised land. Our celebration isn't just looking back 40 years ago, but it is also looking forward and be excited on what God has stored for us. Be excited on our own entrance to our promised land. Happy anniversary to all of you, my dear friends.